just had not prescribed it to that
We
date
missed
with the limited
good portion of the
evidence I
second
had
half
at the
after
time.
the break,
Only in the
but
course of looking at the
we're
evidence,
back. Okay,
preparing
I'm
for
ready,
this
I'm
case,
ready, I'm ready. I'm
have I
so
put
excited
those
to
two
watch
pieces
this
together.
right now.
But I've
With you
always
guys,
said what
so-
happened.
Let's get this. We had to do some adjustments because now I had to bring the screen over to my side.
You were upset that Mr. Depp was late to your 30th birthday, weren't you?
I was.
You knew Mr. Depp had a
Gosh, he's
scheduled
such a
business
turd,
meeting or a
man.
money meeting that evening, right?
No, I knew he said he did. I didn't know if he had one. Addicts lie all the time.
So you didn't trust him?
I took it with a big grain of addict salt.
Okay. And Mr. Depp texted you that evening to let you know he'd be late, correct?
Yes, he did text me at some point.
It was a big deal to you that Mr. Depp was late to your birthday dinner, wasn't it?
Yeah, it did matter to me.
And you were upset he was late.
I was hurt.
And when he finally did arrive, you felt, quote, invisible to him, right?
I did.
The day after your birthday
Her
dinner,
little,
you
like,
and your
little
friends went to
side
Coachella
lip
to
that she
celebrate your
does, her
birthday.
little
Is that
smirk
correct?
thing, is
That is
such
correct.
a joke.
You made a video driving to Coachella with your friends, didn't you?
That is correct.
I'd like to pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1264. And for the record, Your Honor, this only has music without any words on it.
And again, it's a new one, so I'd like a copy of it.
It's going to be played. There is no sound other than a song.
Yes, sure.
What's up, Eduardo? Sorry, Eduardo. Made it a little late, but better late than never. We had some technical difficulties. We're trying to fix it. Teddy! Hello, Teddy! What's up, OG? Can you guys hear me fine? I hope you guys can hear me fine. Can you hear the? I don't know. B's probably got to check it for me if he hears it. It's a little different for you guys, but I wanted to watch the trial with you guys and see what your thoughts were too. I know, Eduardo. Just oh gosh, I hate her smug look. Oh. Hello, Teddy.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Enjoy this
Please
with us,
publish this
Teddy.
to the jury.
Evidence.
Let's
with
put Amber
a
Turd
sound.
to the ground. Thank you, Eduardo. I was making sure because last time because we had to change some stuff around, so I wanted to make sure. What the heck is this?
This is the video you made when you drove to Coachella with your friends for your 30th birthday, right?
That's correct. I'm not quite sure which one of us made the video, but
What was that car?
that's correct.
Did you just
You're
hear?
featured in
Did
that
they-
video
she
driving.
made a video
That's correct.
when she was going
And
to
it's set to the
Coachella.
song "Miss You" by the Rolling Stones. Is that right?
That's correct.
Remember
That was
like
a message for Mr.
pretty
Depp,
much
wasn't it?
like that was a big fight before
No,
that.
that's ridiculous.
You consumed drugs at Coachella, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You took MDMA and mushrooms at the same time,
I did, yes.
and it made you feel sick, right?
I felt horrible, yes.
So you left Coachella.
Yes, that's correct.
You testified yesterday that when you left Coachella, you left with, quote, your entire group.
Hello, Wanda.
That is correct.
And you were, quote, never alone with Starling, right?
That's just
That
so
is correct.
true,
You
Eduardo.
weren't anywhere near him.
Not alone, no.
You
She's
sat here when
smelling
Starling
the
Jenkins
smug with her
testified that
left
he collected
nostril
you
with
from
her
Coachella when you were
freaking
sick,
poop
right?
that she left that
He picked up
turd
my
on
entire
his bed.
group.
And Mr. Jenkins testified, quote, I collected her, got her in the vehicle. She didn't want anyone else to know that she was sick. Take her back to the Parker, which I assume was in reference to the hotel, alone. I took her to 7-Eleven where I retrieved hydrating fluids, Advil, and let her have those. Got her back up to the Parker, got her in the suite, and then went back to pick up everyone else. You were there when Mr. Jenkins testified, right?
Yes, he was wrong.
So it's your testimony that Mr. Jenkins is lying.
He's just wrong. I don't know what his intentions are. He was just wrong about that. We were a big group of us. I wasn't alone with him.
Isn't it possible that you don't remember correctly because you were sick from taking MDMA and mushrooms at the
No.
same time?
I remember everything about that night.
Oh, does she?
I'd like to play for you Plaintiff's Exhibit 1229, which is
Go,
already in
Camille,
evidence,
go,
at
Camille.
1720 through 2128.
Eduardo, Teddy, Wonder, can you guys hear the trial all right? It sounds good? Okay. Just making sure that there's... Oh, you can't hear me that well?
So then why did you say stop the proceeding?
I'm trying not to put too much in front of my, you know what I mean? Because it might block. Let me see if this
So that's what I came to figure
You're
out.
not going to call your lawyers and say, stop the process. I don't want to do this. You're not going to do that.
And now if, especially people, if you,
Okay, I don't want to divorce.
you don't? How, which one? What do I know? Which one?
I don't want a divorce. I never wanted a fucking divorce. I
Really?
never wanted a divorce. I didn't want you to fucking go to Coachella without fucking talking to me. Because I left you because
He's so
you
chill.
were fucking...
Look how she's... Do you hear her
fucking
whining?
haymakered me, man. You came around the bed to fucking start punching on me.
Fuzzy! Yup. No
Why?
Apex right now, Fuzzy. I already played it.
I love you.
I need to watch this. I'm addicted. Fuzzy, I'm addicted. Just for right
That's what
now.
really happened the evening of your 30th birthday, isn't it, Miss Heard?
No,
Miss-
that's incorrect.
Mr. Depp was in bed, and then you came around the bed and started punching him.
That's incorrect.
You don't deny that in the recording, do you, Miss Heard?
I'm not having that conversation with Johnny. I'm not denying anything. I'm not saying anything. I'm not having that conversation with Johnny. I was trying to get out of that hotel room. That was a mediation attempt. That was the recording you just heard. It was us meeting in a hotel.
But you're talking about your 30th birthday.
No, we're not.
And you're not talking about going to Coachella and...
Johnny's talking about that. I am not arguing with him about any of that.
Right. You don't deny anything, do you?
Look
I'm
at
not
Johnny's
talking to him about that.
lawyer beside him. Look at Johnny.
Going
Look at Johnny.
to
He's like,
publish
what?
exhibit or ask that the witness be shown exhibit 1265.
Yo, good. Exactly.
This is you and your friends at Coachella, correct?
That is correct.
Trying to move to admit plaintiff's 1265 and publish it.
No objection. All right, 1265 in evidence, can publish it.
There's no injuries to you, are there, Miss Heard, visible in this picture?
You cannot see any visible injury, no.
Man, she's so freaking garbo. Laptop's
Miss Heard,
acting
you
up.
remember during Mr. Depp's examination, a number of recordings were played, correct?
That's correct.
And in one of those recordings, you told Mr. Depp, quote, I hope to God Jack's stepfather teaches him more about being a man than your fucking left nut, end quote. Do you remember that?
Dang.
I do not remember what exactly I could hear of that recording. I remember I heard myself make a mention of Jack's new stepfather or potential stepfather. I can't recall.
Jack is Mr. Depp's son, right?
That is correct. And I believe I was referencing a marriage that his ex-partner was going to have or getting into, I suppose.
You were
Sorry, guys.
referencing
PG's
that
out the window, guys. PG's out the window.
Jack's new stepfather would teach him how to be a man because Mr.
I know,
Depp
Fuzzy.
couldn't.
I
right?
don't recall exactly what I said, but it was something to that effect.
Exactly.
Let's listen to some of what happened before you said that.
Dude, Fuzzy,
to
I've been
Mr.
watching
Depp.
this since
If
day
we could
one.
Please play Plaintiff's Exhibit 397, which is already in evidence. And for the record, it's at 3504 through 3547. And then the next clip is 3635 through 4308.
Eduardo, I hate every expression she makes is freaking, oh my god. So fake. Her acting is horrible. And the way she tries to get the jury to sympathize with her, ooh. Hate it. Hate it.
Fucking suck your own dick.
Everything's fine, so it doesn't go your way. And when it doesn't go
Suck
your way,
your own
I'm in trouble.
dick.
And you know what?
Suck.
I don't need you. I don't want your kind of woman. I don't want your kind of woman.
Suck my dick.
I don't want your kind of
Suck
woman.
my dick.
I,
Hey, guess
on
what?
my path. Suck my dick or you?
Big mistake. I wish I had fucking hadn't.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I fucking hadn't. I wish I fucking hadn't bought into any of your fucking lies, your bullshit, your sober fucking presence, your fucking goodness, your sweetness, all the lies. I wish I hadn't bought into the months of you being you. I wish I hadn't bought into the promises. I wish I hadn't fucking thought I could have kids with you. You're a fucking kid yourself. I wish I hadn't bought into any of the lies you sold. Talk about fake bill of goods. You're
have
the
some
biggest
fat baby with a fucking
fucking,
producer
you're
to
the
do shit.
biggest fucking seller of fake fucking bill of goods. Talk about presenting yourself as
I
something
did
you're
myself
not.
the fake
Suck my
seller
dick.
of goods.
Suck my
I
dick.
fucking you left nothing and I've left everything. So suck your dick,
Yeah, go on.
which is probably your next move.
B, can you turn the volume up just a tad
No,
bit
I
for me?
want to suck your dick. I want
Just a
nothing
little
to
bit,
do
just
with
a
it.
little bit.
Because I really
Yeah.
need something.
Well, go get it, man.
Because I need something.
Bosa!
Go on.
Huh?
Fucking
Eduardo, go see
No
what's
shit,
happening real.
suck it.
I don't want to.
I didn't know she had a guy part.
It's gonna be on me, yeah.
No, it's not really
She
true.
acts so tough.
Actually, kind of.
It kind of
When
is.
she meets that right girl that's gonna beat her behind,
Not much.
Oh, is it, what is it?
No, I'm sure Rochelle's available.
she said she had
Call
a
her
guy
up.
part.
I'm sure she's available.
Maybe she is.
I'm sure she is.
We'll see.
I'm sure she is.
I'll let you know.
Oh, I'm sure she is. I'm sure her for her yoga blog. No, I'm sure Rochelle.
That fake laugh. That fake laugh is too much to take.
No, I'm sure she's.
That fake laugh is so disgusting,
I'm sure
man.
she's great. I'm sure she's great.
Thinking that you
Look at her. She
No.
looks so uncomfortable right now.
No, you're
She's like,
right.
oh gosh. She's already thinking in her head, what should I say? I don't know. Oh man. She's the one recording all this stuff.
I don't regret. I don't regret.
Oh, what else?
I
What
don't
else that you do? Oh, come on.
don't
Be
regret
more.
it.
Come
don't
on.
regret.
Lay it on me. What else? What else other things do you want to add?
can't talk to
You
me,
fucking
sound
lying
like
piece.
Bobby
You
Bear.
what? Oh,
Sounds
no,
like
I
a kid show.
want to know.
Get
I
out.
want to know.
Get out, your Uber's
I'm
out.
kind of waiting. You go get it.
Yeah. Who's
Please,
that?
you know what the place be running your 15 other houses to
Yep,
go
Eduardo,
run?
didn't I
Come on,
just
go
say
be
that?
a
That she,
real married
you could see
man.
her
Go deal with
processing
the
her
shit the
thought,
way
like,
that
oh
man
God, I
does.
can't
Go
believe,
run
you
to the
know,
next house.
this was
Every man
recorded.
does.
I recorded it.
Go.
Like that's what
What-
she's thinking.
I know it's hard to
Your
look at yourself.
fucking ridiculous
I know.
plan.
It's
Your
hard.
panic fucking
It's
plan.
hard. It's hard.
Screwing everybody else
Hard.
over.
She
Get
definitely
your
is the
fucking-
Harley Quinn.
get what
That's
you
what I
got.
do.
You're the most spoiled fucking brat. And you got everybody out here almost
Oh,
full, but it
you're
don't
right.
last
You're
long.
right.
I've
I'm
been here a
sorry.
lot longer
You're
than
right. You got it
because
figured out.
You don't have. Figure out what you have to offer as opposed to going out and get your hits out.
You're right. That's what I do.
She's not crying right now? Why isn't she crying right now?
Okay.
London Field is excellent.
You're right. You're right.
Excellent choice.
Back
She
to
is
that.
crazy.
Well, I wonder what we else.
Eduardo,
What
I've
else
always
we
looked
can
at
reach
every
for the
little
last
expression of
6
hers.
years? Oh no, it was 4 years ago. You're right. I'm sure there's other things you can.
Go loud.
No, I'm not laughing.
Or, no, matter of fact,
I'm
laugh
not
here.
laughing. I'm not. It's
Oh.
serious. I'm sure you can find other things.
I know. And stripping. Man, well, there's always that. You can
You're
always
right.
go back
You can
to
write
that.
a book.
For
You can
another-
write a
for
book.
another
I
10
know you can
minutes.
write a book. Oh, is this gonna be good for your book? Oh, should I have you sign an NDA for your book?
You don't even
Your book.
No,
Is this
no.
gonna be good for your book?
You won't even
Is
make
this
it
gonna be
anymore.
good for your book?
She's acting mad tough right now,
I'll
right?
write that.
But she was getting
I'll
beat
write
up,
that.
right? She was so
I
scared
mean,
for her
somewhere
life.
of your journal. You're not a sellout or anything. Let's sell you journals.
This is crazy. I've never heard this long version of it.
Hey.
Hey, you're not watching. No, you're not selling out.
Sell out, Magic Mike.
No,
You don't wanna
yeah,
sell out.
no one does 21 drunk straight in their 20s. No, you're right. That is not selling out.
Johnny's just like, what the?
No. When you're in your 20s, you should really know what you want. Like selling your journals.
By the way, if you didn't know who the fuck I was.
You're right. Go sell your journals like a real non-sellout. 55-year-old. Or, sorry,
6.
51. I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point.
No.
I don't think so.
It really doesn't.
I don't really think so. But you're right. I mean, hey, at least I didn't be like a TV show where I was heartbroken in my 20s. God, that would be like embarrassing.
Wow.
If only I was with someone in their 50s that could point that out to me. Imagine mine. Right, when you play a non-sexualized object. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
You're
know,
right.
Booze, I
You
feel
got-
so
you
bad
got
for
it all
him.
figured out.
You don't even know what movies I've done.
If only
You haven't even taken an interest.
If only I could be
You know,
like
but I had to
you. If
watch
only
your
I
fucking-
could be like you.
I had to watch your fucking direct and you trying to like
You're a joke.
spew
You're
out
a
these fucking
joke.
lines.
You're a joke. You're a joke.
Yeah, I'm the joke in the industry, Amber. I'm the joke. I'm the joke in the industry.
Oh, you need a sip of your drink?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The
mouth is too dry
reruns
right
of
now?
all my bullshit are playing too loud for me to hear you. I'm gonna just go and pedal my way back. Sorry. I can't hear you.
Oh, damn.
Aquaman.
Whatever it was.
I was
Remembers anymore.
I was
No one
20.
cares. You fucking fucking.
Washed up piece of shit.
What?
Washed up piece of shit.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Oh, my gosh.
Your
Yeah,
jealousy's so
better.
tragic. Your
better.
jealousy's so tragic.
You went through
Fucking
a
like
lot.
I can't hear you.
thinking that I'm going on a road with a
Turn
band.
on my aid. I can't hear you.
Ooh. Oh, you're looking up? Okay, what do
You
you
told
gotta say?
Mr. Depp to suck your dick multiple times, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You tell him to go run to his 15 other houses, right?
That's correct.
Because that's what he would do when you behave like this, isn't it?
Eventually, he would go and stay in one of the other houses.
You call him a
Booza.
sellout, don't you?
PG's out the window right now.
I was expressing frustration about his criticism of my career and how many problems that caused within the dynamic of our relationship. Yes,
So you call him a sellout and a joke?
I called him horrible, ugly things, as you can hear. And
Sellout.
We spoke to each other in a really horrible way.
Oh, really? A really horrible
Pretty sure
way, yeah.
we just heard you speak to him in a really horrible way. You called him a sellout?
I just
Go,
disagree.
Camille.
You called him a sellout, right, Ms. Heard?
I called him a lot of ugly things.
And a joke.
I called him a lot of ugly things.
You called him a joke on that recording. You called him a washed up piece of shit.
I think we both called each other that on that occasion, yes.
Mr. Depp mentions Aquaman, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Mr. Depp got you that role in Aquaman, didn't he?
Excuse me?
Mr. Depp
Excuse me?
got you that role in Aquaman, didn't he?
No, Miss Vasquez, I got myself that role by
I knew she's
auditioning.
gonna. I was about to say that. She's gonna say, "I got myself that
That's
role."
Mr.
that
Depp
works.
says, quote, your jealousy is so tragic.
I heard him say that, yes.
You were the jealous one in this relationship, weren't you, Miss Heard?
I think he was indicating I was jealous of his career.
But now you've twisted it to say it was Mr. Depp that's the jealous one.
Johnny's always been very jealous when I worked, when I did anything, friends. Yes, he's always been very jealous.
Hey, come on, laptop.
Ms. Heard, I'm going to ask you to take a look at Plaintiff's Exhibit 120E.
Yeah, Eduardo. He's gonna smell
This
like
is a series of
fresh
text
roses.
messages between you and Mr. Depp.
That is correct.
I'm going to move to admit and publish these text messages. Mr. Depp's messages have been redacted.
All right, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, 120E in evidence, you can publish.
Starts with a text message from you to Mr. Depp on September 26, 2015, right?
That is correct.
And you write, "Monster is back. This is him." Did I read that right?
That is correct.
And then in the next message, you write, quote, ran away, first sign of trouble. This is not the man you promised you would be. Did I read that correctly?
That is correct.
Then in the next one down, you write, promised, swore to me you would be.
That is
Right.
correct. The non-monster.
Ms. Heard, you're talking about Mr. Depp running away from you at the first sign of trouble, aren't you?
No, I'm recognizing the clues at this point. When he would run away at the first sign of trouble, often that was a clue for me to know that he was back using again and that we were about to enter the next phase of the cycle.
And you describe his running away from you as the monster, right?
That wasn't what was a monster. The monster is the man who beat me up. The running away was just attached to that. It was a sign, a signal to me, as a clue, as somebody trying to put together clues that we were entering into that phase.
But in these messages, Ms. Heard, the
Exactly.
monster isn't Mr. Depp doing drugs, is it?
It was always the man who did drugs and beat me up. Yes, that's always been the monster.
She's saying
That's
beat
not
me
what you're
up.
saying in these messages.
That is exactly what I'm saying in the messages.
You don't describe Mr. Depp being violent, do you?
I do not describe that in this text message, no.
So it's a cowardly monster this time.
No.
Okay. And going down the page, you write a long series of text messages to Mr. Depp that don't get a response. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You write, come grown, face the shit, and we can do anything. You go on a little later to say, please come home. Let's apologize to each together. And continuing on page 77, you write, not
hello,
go
Rockstar.
to bed mad. And then you say, sound okay? Sound like the priority in the long run? Come home. Don't be the monster. Be the man. Please. Please call me. Please. Continuing on page 78. You write, I don't want the monster. I need my man. I need to talk to you. Please, Johnny. Don't force me to be something else to you.
Ooh.
This is taking me for granted and I can never stop before this turns into something far darker.
What?
Describing yourself in that text message, right?
The exact opposite. I'm trying to interrupt him starting a new cycle where he starts using again. I'm
He's not
trying
responding to
desperately
you, Miss Heard.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to
What up,
desperately
dope?
stop him.
Please answer the phone, you say. Doesn't this mean anything to you? And it goes on. And I won't read all these messages, but you're saying, please answer over and over again.
Oh my god.
Right?
It was very important to me. I was running out of time and I was trying desperately to stop him.
He
But
wasn't
she
with
was
you,
doing
Miss
drugs
Heard.
too, though.
Exactly, which is how I knew it was about to get a lot worse. He would leave, use, and come back way worse, with way less reality, with more delusions. He'd be more drunk. He'd be
I'm going to
more
move to
under the
strike
influence.
everything after
I was trying to stop
the
that.
answer to her question.
You're right, she was responding.
I'll overrule the objection, that's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is a situation where you were trying to get Mr. Depp to pay attention to you. Isn't that right?
No, I was trying to stop him from using.
And because he ran away from you at the first sign of trouble, you call him a monster.
I was
right?
trying to stop him from turning into the monster. The drugs are the key that opened the
Who
door.
was the real monster in this relationship, Miss Heard?
Lives in Johnny, half of Johnny. It's not all of Johnny. The other half of him is wonderful and beautiful and the man I love.
Yo,
I'd like you to take a
she's
look at
so
Plaintiff's
full of-
Exhibit 120F.
I know, man. I know, Eduardo. That's the only way she could ever even come close to even making extra money. You know what I mean? Big money. Is
There's
to
another
do
set of
that.
text messages between you and Mr. Depp. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
I'm going to move to admit and publish.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, 120F in evidence, you can publish.
This is a set of text messages, and it's from October 2015. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
In fact, you sent all of these messages to Mr. Depp on October 22nd, 2015. Isn't that right? And again, I'm not going to read them all, but you start off again by trying to get Mr. Depp's attention, right? You write, please come home.
I was trying to stop another bender.
You write, please come home, right?
That is correct.
Please answer. Don't break us up. Please answer. Please. And continuing on page 97, you write, Give me some piece of your heart. Please, no fight, I promise. Please, no fights. Please, just pick up. Please give me 2 minutes. I'm dying. Please. And continuing on page 98, you write, please come home. Please come home, Baba. I am so sorry.
What the heck?
Actually, you didn't say Baba,
That's what
you said
Eduardo
baby.
said.
Apologies. And it goes on. Did I read those correctly?
That is correct. That was another time I'm trying to stop another twist off.
Wow, she's
This
trying
is what
to
would
save
happen
him
when
so
Mr. Depp would
much.
try to
Huh?
take some space from you, right?
No, this is what would happen when Johnny had moved into the next phase of the cycle, decided to use,
No,
and our
Ms.
lives
Heard.
were getting a lot worse at that
Ms.
point.
Heard, I'm talking about your actions. This is what you would do to Mr. Depp when he would leave you. You would harangue him.
I would try
Isn't that
to-
correct? You
I
would
would try-
harangue him.
Your Honor, at least let her answer the question.
Oh, what?
You interrupted.
Y'all
That's
didn't
fine.
let
Go ahead,
freaking
answer
Johnny
the
Depp
question.
do that when y'all did it.
I do not think I would characterize my behavior that way. I was trying to stop him from using.
You were texting him incessantly. Isn't that correct, Ms. Heard?
It was imperative for my life.
Ms.
It was
Heard,
very
my
important
question is
to me.
much more simple. You were texting him incessantly.
I would
Yes
try
or no?
everything to
Ms.
get a
Heard?
hold of him and
So
to
that's a
stop the
yes.
cycle.
That's a yes, right?
I would try everything to stop the cycle. It was that important to me.
And he's the monster for not responding to you,
That's not what made him the monster.
for
No.
needing space from you.
The monster was not the guy who needed
Go,
space.
Camille.
The
Not
monster
for
was
doing
who he
drugs.
was when he came back.
Not for doing drugs, Ms. Heard. Not for being violent. Just for needing space. That's when you called Mr. Depp the monster.
Incorrect.
Let's listen to Defendant's Exhibit 598C, which is already in evidence.
And let's not do this anymore, because I'm really getting frustrated. And I'm really, really, really sick of this argument.
Stop, I'm sorry.
Okay? So let me go, and you go, and I'll speak to you in a couple hours. Okay?
I don't
Okay.
know, Eduardo. You think so?
Okay.
Why are you saying stop? May I go?
Please, it causes me so much stress when you leave, when you walk away from me with that. It's like you don't understand how much worse you're making this.
I can't believe this.
Please, you're making it worse for me.
Okay, I'm sorry for you.
Please, I'm only trying to tell you so that you know you're causing me immense stress right now when you walk away like that. There's no reason to be mad.
Well, then say goodbye. I haven't walked away. You're not saying goodbye. You won't let me fucking leave. Let me leave.
Stop rushing me! Stop pushing me in the corner and then poking me with a stick and then saying, why aren't you saying the words you want me to say? Stop poking me! Stop rushing me! Stop throwing me against the wall and going, what? You don't like that wall? You don't like the fucking wall? Stop pushing me!
Remember? I'm not pushing you.
Look at Camille staring at her.
I'm rushing you. I said, I need space. I don't want this conversation anymore right now. I need space. And I will take my space, whether you like it or not.
I mean,
I will
Amber,
take
why
it.
take are you looking down? Look at the jury.
And you will take
Right?
your space.
Why are you
But
looking
if you
down?
keep
Look at the jury.
halting
You were doing that the whole time.
this and continuing
I'm
with
not
the rhetoric,
continuing it. I'm begging you to stop.
I don't... Okay, stop.
Just-
I'm stopped. Stop. Now I have to go. Okay? So we will speak to each other. in
Oh,
a
the
couple-
tears are coming out? Oh my gosh, she has crocodile tears again? What tears? What tears?
We'll just see when I get home. We'll just talk, or we won't talk, or we'll finish this, or we won't finish it. But this is not love. This is not happiness. This is not. This is.
Please stop. Please, you're causing me so much fucking stress. I'm gonna die at this age. I'm gonna fucking die. You're causing me so much stress. Please
She's
stop.
gonna die. Really?
Please, I feel like I have a heart attack almost every day. Please stop.
Then
Please
what are you
stop
doing? Why-
doing it. Please stop. He's so fucking
Oh my gosh, she's gonna
Why
cry.
are you
fucking
with me?
bully.
Oh
Stop.
no, she's gonna cry.
Please stop. I've been begging you not to fight. I just said, can we please have a normal argument? Just even a normal conversation, fucking normal argument. And for the last hour, I've been begging you to please just leave it at that. Let's just go on with our night. I would have been able to come in with you. We would have been able to let it go in a few minutes. It would have been fine. If we allowed ourselves to have fucking normal arguments. Please, you're killing me with this. You're killing me. You're
So
fucking
dramatic
killing
with
me.
that, right?
Yeah, fuck.
Sean, could you, please, I want you to just go. I want you to take your medicine or whatever. I'm sorry that I've upset you
Yeah, I
this
think.
much.
Thank you, Sean. I'm ready to go. Thank you so much.
I'm really
Hey,
I'm
sorry.
really
Look at that.
ready.
That switch, right? Yeah. It just shows like
You and Mr.
her
Depp in the
switch.
recording, correct, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
You just won't let him go, will you?
That's not true. We were
Yep.
outside of his studio and he wanted to go and use. It was a pretext. The claim that he was upset with me was a pretext so that he would go on a bender. I knew that pattern by the time this recording
Look at
happened.
Johnny. He's like, what? He's like, what
Your
the
testimony
hell?
now that you were outside Mr. Depp's studio,
I believe that
he
that
was going to go
recording was.
use?
Excuse me?
He was going to go use drugs? That's your testimony now?
We were outside his studio, his man cave house, if you will, in the car. I believe during that recording.
I thought they were at Bahamas when that happened.
And he was going to go inside and use.
That was the pattern, and as you can hear from my voice, I'm
Yeah, good.
very, very, very scared of entering into the next cycle under
The first 2 days of the
under what
trial,
I
his
had
hair
been
was like crazy.
conditioned to understand we were at,
So I
at
guess he
that
had
point
to
in
put
our
it back.
That's
She
relationship.
not
looked
true, is
crazy.
it, Ms. Heard? Mr. Depp was trying to go inside his house to see his daughter, Lily Rose.
She might have been
That's true,
over that
Eduardo.
day, but
So
that's not
it's your
what he was
testimony
getting out of
now.
the car to do, and that's not what
Voltaire.
I was stopping him from doing.
Let's play the beginning part of that recording where Mr. Depp tells you that he wants to go inside to see his daughter.
Ooh. Yes, Camille, please. Keep digging, Camille. You're gonna bury her soon.
She's doing a great job.
She
And
has
let's not
to,
do this
man.
anymore because I'm really getting frustrated. And I'm really, really, really sick of this argument.
I'm sorry.
Okay? So let me go, and you go, and I'll speak to you in a couple hours. Okay? Okay?
Stop. Okay.
Why are you saying stop? May
you're being
I
so-
go?
Booza, you are 100% right. 100%.
We'll circle back to this, but it's your testimony that you were outside Mr. Depp's studio.
We were in the car.
You were in the car outside of Mr. Depp's studio,
That's correct.
and he wasn't telling you, please let me go inside my house to see my daughter. He was indicating to you that he wanted to go inside to do drugs. That's your testimony.
I know my testimony is that I knew what he was going inside to go do. I knew what stage of the cycle we were in. I knew the patterns by then, and I was desperately out of time trying to interrupt that cycle.
She's so freaking full of crap, dude.
Let's go to May of 2016. Yesterday, Ms. Heard, Ms. Bredehoff, your attorney, showed you certain pictures from May 21, 2016. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
If we could please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 710, which has already been admitted into evidence.
Yes,
Ms. Heard, you
Eduardo.
testified yesterday that this is a photograph taken of you on
So
May
true.
21st, 2016. Do you recall?
Yes, that's correct.
And keeping this exhibit up, if we could please do a split screen, Tom, and also pull up Defendant's Exhibit 714, which has already been admitted with redactions. Ms. Heard, you testified yesterday that this is the photograph that was also taken on May 21st, 2016, correct?
Yes, although the one to the right might have been taken the next day. I can't be sure. The reason I say that is because there's light in the background. So it looks like it was taken in the daytime, which means maybe it was the next day.
Didn't you testify that you took different lighting, pictures in different lightings on
That is-
May 21?
That is correct, yes.
And you're wearing two thin necklaces in this picture on the right, is that correct?
That is correct.
You testified that these pictures were taken the same night.
The one on the right looks like it was taken in the daytime because I can see the daylight behind me.
But you testified that they were taken the same day.
I don't know if I think I testified that they came from the same incident of the same day, not necessarily taken on the same day.
Okay. Let's please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 712, which has already been admitted.
I love how her deposition attitude is different from
You
her
testified
jury
yesterday
attitude,
that
right?
this is another photograph of you on the night of May 21.
That's correct.
And keeping this exhibit up, can we please do a split screen and also pull up defendant 713, which has already been admitted? Ms. Heard, you testified yesterday. This is also a photograph of you from the same night, correct?
That is correct.
You testified yesterday that the only difference between these two photographs is that the light was turned on.
That's what it appears to be, yes.
The light is on both of these pictures, though. Isn't that right?
It looks to me like the one on the left has the vanity light, the makeup lights, you know, the more yellow hued ones that go around the mirror on, and then the one on the right looks like it doesn't have those.
Isn't it true you just edited these photographs?
No, I've never edited a photograph.
Didn't you just enhance the saturation for one of these photos to make your face look more red?
Yup.
No, that's incorrect. I didn't touch it.
You can clearly
You were
see
sitting
it.
here in this courtroom when Mr. Isaac Baruch testified to seeing you the week after May 21, 2016, correct?
I was here.
Mr. Baruch testified that he saw you on May 22nd while you were changing the locks of your penthouse. Do you recall that testimony?
I do. I just don't know if he was right about the date, but I do remember him saying that.
Testified it was his birthday, the day after his birthday.
I believe it was.
Mr. Baruch testified that he saw you repeatedly in the days following also, correct?
That's correct.
And Mr. Baruch testified that he saw no marks or injuries on your face, correct?
That is what he's testified to.
You were also here in this court when Mr. Sean Bett testified to seeing you on the evening of May 21, 2016. Is that right? You were here.
That's correct.
Mr. Bett also testified that he saw no marks or injuries on your face that evening, correct?
I realize that's what he said.
You were sitting here in this courtroom when Officer Melissa Sines testified by deposition about being called to the Eastern Columbia building on May 21st, 2016, right?
I saw her testimony, yes.
And you heard Officer Sines testify that she did not see any injuries on you that night, correct?
I heard her testify she did not consider this injured.
No. Miss Officer Sines testified that she met with you and she did not see any injuries on your face. Isn't that correct?
She did not consider this injury.
Ms. Heard, my question is a bit more nuanced.
So is my answer.
Oh, she's trying to act like she's like, okay. All right. Oh, you getting mad, Heard? Are you getting mad? She's like, so is my answers. Oh, what is going on with this? Come on. One second here. Give me one sec. I'm gonna have to refix this. B, can you reach out? I can't see right now. I'm trying to my laptop's like making all this noise right now. I'm trying to restart it.
Dude. Got real fast one, that's what it was. Got caught. You could tell like Johnny's lawyer and Johnny are happy as hell. 'Cause they know that she's like done.
And the thing is, she's the one that recorded everything. They got the metadata on everything of hers.
Yeah, everything.
Dan, can we put these down, please? I think they might be confusing the witness. My question is more nuanced. You sat in this courtroom while Officer Sines testified that she saw you the night of May 21, 2016, face to face, and didn't see any injuries on your face. Isn't that correct, Ms. Heard?
I believe she was testifying about these photographs, and she said that I was not injured in them.
Is it your testimony under oath now that Officer Sines testified that she saw injuries on you when she saw you in person on May 21?
Sorry, let me clarify. I was testifying that I know that that's what Officer Science said, that she didn't consider my red puffy face injured. That's what she said.
The red, puffy face, that was your counsel's question, correct?
That was
She
her
said-
testimony in the UK.
In the UK.
That's incorrect, and you know that, Ms. Heard.
I disagree.
It's just inconvenient for you that Officer Science didn't see injuries on you on May 21, 2016.
It doesn't matter what's convenient for me.
Yep. And she does this
Officer
lip thing that
Tyler Haddon also testified by deposition about being called to the Eastern Columbia building on May 21, 2016, and he also testified no injuries on your face on May 21, 2016. Isn't that correct?
And
They
her
both
bottom
said
right
that
lip
they
right
did
here in the
not
corner, she
consider
does
me
this
injured.
like she goes,
They did not
Because
see
it drives me
injuries
crazy
on
when
your
she does
face
that.
on May 21, 2016. Isn't that what their testimony was?
What their testimony was is that they did not consider what my face looked like to be injury. They didn't consider what they walked on in the house damage, but it was.
oh yeah, but it
You were
was.
sitting here when Officer William Gatlin testified by deposition about being called on May 21 to the Eastern Columbia building, and he also did not observe any injuries on you, did he? And that's what he testified to.
He didn't even know which one I was.
No, I think we all saw on video camera you identify yourself. Isn't that correct?
I had to because of how far away he was. He didn't even know who he was
But
there
after
to
you
see.
identified yourself, he looked at you. Isn't that correct?
From a distance, yes.
And he didn't see any visible injuries either, did he?
I don't know what he saw.
He testified that he didn't see any visible injuries, did
I
he?
would believe that he didn't, yes.
You were also in this courtroom when Alejandro Romero, who worked at the front desk at the Eastern Columbia building, testified about seeing you on May 25th, 2016. Isn't that correct?
That is correct. I think he said the 25th.
Yeah. And Mr. Romero testified that he didn't see any swelling or bruises on your face when you were talking to him at the front desk.
He wouldn't have.
No, he wouldn't have, even though he had a habit, because his parents taught him correctly, to look into someone's eyes when speaking to them. Isn't that correct?
I know that's what he testified to, yes.
Voltaire, you're right.
You testified yesterday that you
should be
sought
this
a
big
temporary
right now.
restraining order on May 27th, 2016, because you wanted to change your locks. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes, I do.
Those locks were to the penthouses at the Eastern Columbia building. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
But you changed the locks to the penthouses on May 22nd, 2016.
I attempted to.
I attempted to.
That's why you felt comfortable having James Franco over the evening of May 22nd, 2016, Ms. Heard?
I do not know when James came over.
Okay, let's remind you. Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 304, which is already in evidence, and play from
She tried to deny
254
it before,
through
too. She tried to say that
439?
that wasn't James Franco. And now she's admitting it.
Oh my god.
Oh, there it is right there. Damn, Edward, you did? We're married to a sociopath? Oh my god.
That was James Franco, right?
Yeah, it is. Watch. You're going to see him right now. He's going to come in. What are you doing? Put it on. Oh.
There's a moment there.
Oh, gosh. Oh, okay.
This one.
Oh, yeah. Look, B, it's coming up. Watch. He tries to hide.
Why's he trying to hide though?
Yup, Eduardo, the anger is coming through. Here it is. She goes out. Alright, because supposedly this exit right here on the right, when she goes out the elevator, that's the parking lot for guests to come in. You can't, there's no other entrance for people to come in. You can only come through that way.
How do I keep this again?
I don't know. Just... So she has to physically go and open the door for him to come in to invite him. It's like a... There he is. There he is. Oh. Why are you putting his head down?
Man, that's him. You know?
Why are you putting his head down?
That's straight up him.
Oh, look at her. Look how stupid she's being. Here, let me back up into you. Oh, yeah, the camera's looking at us.
Dude, that's straight up him, dude.
He's a freaking dirtball and a half, too. They both... Look at this. He's probably like, yeah, the camera, let me just keep my head down. They won't know it's me. Yeah, that is such a... Oh, I feel so bad for Johnny, man. This fool freaking slept with his wife at his home.
That's you and Mr. Franco on May 22nd, 2016, right, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
Ooh.
And you're taking him up to the penthouses, aren't you?
That's where I lived, yes.
And it's past 11 p.m. at night.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that right?
for sure.
I'm not quite sure of the time it looked like that.
Why don't we
You
pull that
don't know
video back up?
what time. You know damn well what time. You're the one that went out there and got him. Look at Johnny Depp. Look at him. He's like
22:51.
ooh,
Almost midnight, right?
almost.
That's,
midnight.
Or, excuse me, almost
It's
11 o'clock at night.
Exactly.
You knew Mr. Depp was out of town the week of May 21, 2016, didn't you?
I don't know what I knew of his schedule at the time.
You knew Mr. Depp was out of town on May 27th
Yep,
when
Eduardo,
you went to
that's
get the domestic
Franco.
violence restraining order. Isn't that right?
I don't know if I knew that at the time.
You knew Mr. Depp was heading out on a European tour that week. Isn't that right?
I'm not quite sure what I understood of his schedule at that time.
You knew he wouldn't be back for weeks, right?
No, that's incorrect.
Let's go back to that recording.
Come on. Yes.
It's Defendant's Exhibit 598.
Look at her. Oh, you gotta keep taking your drink.
So you testified that you and Mr. Depp were in the car outside of his studio. Is that right?
Yes.
You were trying to prevent him from going into his studio to do drugs, right?
Yeah, to effectively start another cycle.
Right. Not that Mr. Depp was just trying to go into his house to see his daughter, right?
His daughter might be one of the people that was in the house at that time, but that's neither here nor there. That wouldn't have
testimony is now,
prevented him
Mr.
from entering a cycle.
Your testimony is now that Mr. Depp does drugs in front of his children?
Well, first of all, I know he does. Second of all, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have stopped him from using with his friends, which is the problem, not whether or not his daughter was there.
Let's play.
Look at
please,
Camille.
Defendants
You saw her
598
smirk? She's like,
at
yeah,
49:48 through 50:35. 50:35.
I'm itching. I don't want to be doing this. I want it just to. Why don't you just say, okay, baby, I understand. I'll go home and you do your thing, hang out with your daughter, and then I'll see you in a couple hours and we'll talk about it. Is it that difficult to say that? Or you just fucking hate me and you want to be shitty about it? Please.
Dang.
Just fucking, it's not that difficult. Okay?
Bury her.
I don't want to stand here in a driveway and argue with you. Okay, well, I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Please?
Be look at Johnny Depp's lawyer, the guy next
Just
to
let
him.
me know if you're gonna go somewhere. Just let me know, please, so I know.
I think his name is Ben Chu. I think that's the lawyer name.
And almost an hour later, you're still arguing with Mr. Depp outside, right?
I don't know how long that argument lasted, no.
Ms. Heard, you testified about seeking a domestic violence restraining order against Mr. Depp, correct?
Yes, I have.
And how you wanted to do it discreetly?
That's correct.
That you wanted as much privacy as you could have?
Yes, that's correct.
And how you walked out to a sea of paparazzi and cameras and photographers, right?
That is correct.
And how this overwhelmed you?
It was overwhelming, yes.
Because you didn't want this attention on you?
That is correct.
She's the one
Please
that
pull
set
up
it up.
Defendant's Exhibit 800, which has already been admitted into evidence.
Don't you think she feels like she's tired?
Yeah, being caught up with all the lies.
This is a photograph of you taken inside the courthouse when you obtained the DVRO, correct?
That's correct.
And your friend Raquel Pennington took this photograph?
Yes, that's correct.
Because you needed to document your time at the courthouse getting a DVRO?
She just took a picture of me. I'm assuming it was in relation to my divorce, yeah.
If we could please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 801, which has already been admitted into evidence. Ms. Heard, this is another photograph of you taken inside the courthouse, isn't that right?
That is correct.
Were you having a photo shoot inside the courthouse while you were getting a DVRO?
I would not characterize it that way, Ms. Vasquez.
Oh, Miss
You have
Vasquez.
a mark on your face, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes.
You didn't use your bruise kit this time to cover it up?
No, it was the only day I actually walked out of my house without makeup on. I had to be stopped. My best friend saw me in the bathroom starting to put makeup on and told me not to.
She just said yesterday she never leaves without makeup on her face because she used moisturizing tint. What a
Please pull up
freaking-
Exhibit 1.
Come on, jury, you have to see
plaintiff's
this,
exhibit.
man.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Apologies.
That's fine.
It's already been admitted into
She
evidence.
just said that yesterday. She does not step out.
You wrote this op-ed, right, Ms. Heard?
With the help of the ACLU, yes,
That's what you testified to in this courtroom, right?
that is correct.
And this was published on December 18th, 2018, correct?
Tony,
That is correct.
Aquaman was released on December 21st, 2018, right?
Yes, that sounds correct.
And that was your first
Yes,
Big
boy. She's a liar.
blockbuster, big budget role, right?
she's a
I
ultimate
disagree,
liar.
but it was the first time I had like a leading role in a movie of that size. Yes.
Leading a role.
Well, second time, yes.
She said she had a
was
leading
your first
role
time?
in
But the
Aquaman.
first one was the film I talked about before. I mean, yesterday, Justice League. It introduced the character, so technically, it was the second one.
So you were the love interest in Aquaman, correct?
That is correct.
Now, at least parts of this op-ed are about Mr. Depp, isn't that right?
It's about what happened to me after.
You sat here during opening statements when your attorney argued that the context of your statements in this op-ed matter, correct?
That's correct.
So let's go through some of that context. Friends and advisors told me I would never work again as an actress, that I would be blacklisted. Statement, aren't you?
In general, I'm referring to being associated with domestic violence.
And you're referring to what you claim happened after you got an ex-party. Questions arose as to whether I would be able to keep my role of Mira in the films Justice League and Aquaman. This is also referring to your accusations of domestic violence against Mr. Depp, right?
This is referring to what happened to me after I got my TRO, my restraining order.
Against Mr. Depp, right?
That is correct.
Yep,
These
Eduardo, you
questions
know
arose
it.
only after you accused Mr. Depp of domestic violence in May of 2016, allegedly, right?
Yeah, from the time I
Fine,
got the
that's
TRO,
all. She was
being
trying to get
associated
every
with
little
domestic
cent
violence,
and
that's what it's a
demolish him at
reference
the
to,
same
yes.
time.
You also wrote, quote,
She wasn't happy with
imagine
the
a
amount
powerful
of money she already
man as
got.
a ship like the Titanic. That ship is a huge enterprise. When it strikes an iceberg, there are a lot of people on board desperate to patch up holes, not because they believe in or care about the ship, but because their own fates depend on the enterprise. In this op-ed, you're saying Mr. Depp is a ship, right?
I'm making an analogy to a powerful man as a ship.
The powerful man you're referring to in this analogy is Mr. Depp, right?
I was talking about a bigger issue actually than just Johnny. I was talking about what we as a country were talking about at the time of writing this, which is when powerful men in general do something horrible or something they shouldn't, how there is a system in place to protect them, clean up after them, maintain them.
Okay, so then she just admitted there. The
afloat.
op-ed
You
was
know, this
definitely
is
about Johnny.
a reference to not
There you
just
go.
Johnny, it was about what was happening as a culture when we were addressing a lot of Me Too issues for the first time.
The iceberg is you in this analogy, right, Ms. Heard?
I would not say that. That was not what I intended to know.
So this is another reference to your accusations against Mr. Depp.
No, this is about what happened to me once I left that relationship and got a TRO and became associated with domestic violence.
Oh, it could be.
But it's your
because
testimony that this op-ed isn't about
just
Mr.
told you
Depp, right?
It's about what happened to me after. That's
It's
correct.
about your experience after obtaining a temporary restraining order against Mr. Depp, right?
That is correct, among other things.
But it's not about Mr. Depp.
It is not about him,
Mr. Depp is making it about Mr. Depp, right?
ironically.
It's kind of like that Carly Simon song, right, Ms. Heard?
I don't know what you mean.
Let's talk about the defamatory statements in the op-ed that you also claim are not about Mr. Depp.
Oh, look at Amber.
Then
Ooh,
2
she
years
get
ago,
mad.
I
She
became a
get
public
mad.
figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. This is about Mr. Depp, isn't it?
No,
You wrote this in 2018, right?
exactly.
And 2 years prior was 2016, right?
That's true.
Okay.
That's correct.
So
It's not about
May of
Johnny. It's
Ms.
about what
Heard-
happened to me
Ms.
after.
Heard, my question was May of 2016 is 2 years prior to December of 2018.
That's correct.
All right.
Gotta do the
May
math.
2016 is when you
Simple
publicly
math.
accused Mr. Depp of domestic violence, right?
I got my restraining order at that time.
And you publicly accused Mr. Depp of domestic violence.
Yes, that was attached to my restraining order, so yes.
May of 2016 is when you sought a restraining order against Mr. Depp.
That's correct, and I had to provide testimony for that.
Right. And May 2016 is when you walked into court with a mark on your face to obtain that restraining order. Yes or no?
That was the day I walked into court with a bruise on my face, yes.
And you were photographed with that mark on your face, weren't you?
Didn't you grab
I walked out to a bunch of photographers, yes.
May 2016 is when you told the world that Mr. Depp had physically abused you during your relationship. Isn't that right?
That I had to provide testimony as part of my restraining order application, yes.
And that's how you became a public figure representing domestic abuse. Right, Ms. Heard?
From that point on, yes.
That's when you claimed you faced our culture's wrath,
That's
right?
when it started, yes.
But it's your testimony under oath that this statement is not about Mr. Depp.
It is not. It is about what happened to me afterwards. That's the more interesting thing for me to write about.
The next statement reads, I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of abuse. This is also about Mr. Depp, isn't that right?
Not just about him, but he is included in that, yes.
He's the man you accused of abuse 2 years prior to this op-ed. Isn't that right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, but I wrote this op-ed in the context of many men at the time that were public figures or in this public eye being accused as well. So it was a reference in general to a larger phenomenon, not just Johnny.
Not just Johnny.
Not just Johnny.
Okay. And then,
Not just Johnny.
right, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath.
Yeah, but
This one's also about Mr. Depp.
You know? She's
I did not
just
write
little-
that.
little worms out
Well,
there.
you've accused Mr. Depp of sexual violence in this very courtroom, haven't you?
No, but you don't even
but
realize she
I
just
was
got
intending
caught.
to keep that private when this was published. I had not publicly ever accused him of that.
I'm going to move to strike everything after the
When you
word
lie,
yes.
You will get caught up.
No, I'll overrule the objection. Go ahead.
Her lies is so much she gets caught up so
You may not
easily.
have written this title, but you published it, didn't you?
I did not publish a title. I retweeted the article that included the title in it because that was the article.
Eduardo.
Let's pull up, please, Plaintiff's Exhibit 3, which is already in evidence.
Ooh, come on, Camille.
This is a tweet from your Twitter account on December 19th, 2018, correct?
That is correct.
Your Honor, oh, it's already in evidence?
It is in evidence.
Thank you. So on December 19th, 2018, you tweeted, quote, today I published this op-ed in the Washington Post. Did I read that right?
That is correct.
And the tweet includes a link to the op-ed we were just looking at, correct?
That's correct.
And you can see that the title of the op-ed in your tweet is, quote, opinion, Amber Heard. I spoke up against sexual violence, right?
Yes, you don't get to change the title of an article you're retweeting.
And that's the title that you put on your Twitter, correct?
I did not put it on my Twitter, no.
You linked it to your tweet.
I retweeted the article.
You published it.
I retweeted a link to an article that I wrote.
And you published it on your
Yeah,
Twitter.
so you wrote it.
All right.
I retweeted it.
You testified yesterday that you didn't have any control over the title, and just now, of the op-ed when you retweeted it. Is that correct?
That is correct.
This wasn't a retweet, though, right?
A tweet? Perhaps not retweet. I'm not quite sure.
It was
guess
a tweet.
Tweet. I misspoke. Excuse me. Tweet, not retweet.
You included a link to the electronic copy of the op-ed in your tweet, right?
That's what I was trying to say earlier, and I might have misspoke. It's like I'm trying to attach it.
Right. So you included a link, right?
Yes,
to the
that's
op-ed.
correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
So you must have seen the title of the electronic version of the op-ed before you tweeted it, right?
I may have. I just didn't notice it.
Not very careful about what you publish, are you, Ms. Heard?
I just didn't notice the title.
You didn't need to include the link to the electronic version of the op-ed in your tweet, did you?
How else would I have linked it?
Well, you didn't need to include the link to tell the world that today you had published this op-ed in the Washington Post about women who are channeling their rage and about violence and equality into political strength despite the price of coming forward, right?
I couldn't attach it with a paper clip.
No, but you didn't need to attach it at all to tell the world
Oh, I
that
see
you
what you're
had
saying.
published an op-ed.
No, the goal was to tweet about it and to provide a link so that people could read it.
The op-ed is in your name, right?
That's correct.
So if you had noticed the title of the electronic version of the op-ed before you included it in your tweet, you could have asked the Washington Post to change it. Isn't that right?
No, that's not.
But you didn't do that, right? You never asked the Washington Post to change the title.
I didn't notice it, and I didn't ask them, nor do I think I needed to.
At the bottom, do you see that there's another tweet from December 19th, 2018?
Yes, I do.
And in this one, it reads, I am honored to announce my role as an ACLU ambassador on women's rights. Did I read that right?
That's correct.
So you announced your ACLU ambassadorship the same day you posted the op-ed on your Twitter.
I think that was always the plan, is to attach the article with the announcement that I was an ambassador.
Your Honor, if I may, would this be a good time to stop for lunch?
No, it's too
No.
early.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay.
We got to keep going at least till 12:30.
Okay, that's fine, Your Honor. Thank you. You testified yesterday about your counterclaim against Mr. Depp in this case. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes, I do.
Your counterclaim is based on 3 statements made by Mr. Depp's attorneys, Adam Waldman. Is that right?
That's correct.
We looked at those 3 statements yesterday, right?
That's correct.
And the first statement was from an April 8th, 2020 article, right?
That's correct.
And that's Defendant's Exhibit 1245 that's been previously admitted. Would you please pull that up? Thank you. If we could please publish that. Thank you.
Johnny Depp drawing.
We can scroll down
Probably
to
he's
the 8th
like
page.
doodling.
He's so
Mr. Depp's,
Yep.
excuse me, Mr. Waldman's
I love
statement is
his whole
buried on the
demeanor.
8th page of a 12-page article. Is that right, Ms. Hurd?
Yep.
I don't know how many pages are here.
Well, this is the 8th page. Let's go to the 12th. Let's pull up, please, Defendant's Exhibit 1246, which has already been admitted. And if we could please go to Mr. Waldman's statement on page 10. And go on to page 11 of a That's Mr. Waldman's statement, right?
That is correct. I think it's Mr. Waldman speaking on behalf of Johnny, yes.
You don't have any evidence of that, do you, Ms. Hurd? This is Mr. Waldman's statement, right?
I think it's included in the article as well.
That this is Mr. Waldman's statement, correct?
That a representative or an attorney, I don't know which word it says in the article, that it says very clearly that they're speaking on behalf of Johnny or representing Johnny.
Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 8818, 881A?
Dang, you hear the number 8818? That's a lot of exhibits.
Yeah.
8818. Seriously, Eduardo, please, I want her to squirm so bad that it's just like hysterical watching
If
her.
we could please go to page
Yeah, every time she takes a drink.
Is he alive?
Yeah, she's sleeping.
8
Leave her
of
alone,
this article.
Sleeping. Oh man, he freaking bled onto the blanket again. It's your legs. It's your legs. It's your legs. Oh, look at the little legs. Look at the little legs. And you know, Amber Heard's sister's supposed to be, she's gonna be
Sorry,
coming
Your
on
Honor.
trial
Yeah, I
too.
just
All right.
approached.
Yes, ma'am.
Dude, they're gonna
She's
wipe
gonna-
the floor with her,
They're gonna
yo.
bust her up.
They're gonna wipe the floor with her.
They're gonna get busted up.
And the funny thing is, Amber Heard's sister's probably like, I don't want to go up there. I don't want to go up there. I don't think so, Daniel. I put the credits on there. There's a lot of people
We'll come back to
watching
this.
the trial.
Sorry, misheard. Sorry, Your Honor.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Let's go ahead and take this down, please. Thanks. You testified yesterday about how your reputation was before these 3 statements were made, correct?
Yes, I did.
You testified that your career was going very well before.
I think I said the trajectory was positive, yes.
You testified you had a global campaign for L'Oreal, right?
That is correct.
You testified you were waiting on a schedule for Aquaman 2.
That is correct.
You testified you were scheduled to do a press tour for the TV show The Stand.
Press obligations, yes.
And then you testified that after the articles, you were no longer actively involved in the L'Oreal campaign. Isn't that right?
They suspended using my material.
And that you were no longer involved in the publicity surrounding The Stand after the articles, right?
That's correct.
And you didn't hear anything about the schedule for Aquaman 2.
Correct.
Ms. Heard, you have no evidence that Mr. Waldman's 3 statements are the reason you are allegedly no longer active in the L'Oreal campaign, do you?
Well, I mean, other than my awareness that they can't use me because of all of the online attention that generated.
And you have no evidence that Mr. Waldman's 3 statements are the reason that the Stand media opportunities allegedly stopped, do you?
Yeah, I know they couldn't attach my name to their promotional materials because of the online stuff.
In fact, there was a lot of reasons why you were no longer active in these endeavors. Isn't that right?
I disagree with that.
Reasons that had absolutely nothing to do with Mr. Waldman's statements. Isn't that right?
I disagree with that.
There was a lot of publicity about your relationship with Mr. Depp around the time Mr. Waldman made the 3 statements at issue, right?
I do not recall.
A lot of really
Wait, do you
negative
see the
publicity for
table
you, Ms. Heard.
of,
Isn't that right?
Johnny
There's been
Depp with
an
the pink bowl
ongoing
right
smear
there?
campaign, yes.
That's his candy bowl.
An ongoing negative publicity campaign.
It's an orchestrated
Johnny
smear
Depp's
campaign.
has
You
candy
have
in
no
there and
evidence
shares
of
with
that, do you,
everybody.
Ms. Heard?
Just look me up, you'll see.
Let's take a look at some of
Look
that.
you up. She said, "Look me up, you'll see." Dang, you're that popular, okay? Members complaining about Johnny and multiple personal like a monster, character, psychopath, gentleman. I don't know, Danielle. You would everything she was saying about Johnny Depp is her. Like abuser, multiple person. She's the what is it? The Dr. Curry. She was saying that she has borderline was it borderline personality disorder?
I don't know. I didn't see that.
Or multiple personality disorder, and she has the histrionics where they're too overboard.
Yeah.
And she's
It's all her.
it's all her. Daniel, I asked myself the same questions time and time again, especially from like day one of this trial. Like, this girl's crazy. Like, how is she saying, like, even with all the recordings she saved, she's the one that recorded everything of all these conversations without people knowing they're being recorded, because she doesn't want people, when people talk behind her back, she wants to know what they're saying. And the crazy thing is, there is an actual recording of her the day when Johnny Depp got his finger cut off, when she cut off his finger. There's an actual recording of the doctors, her nurse, and Johnny Depp's old bodyguard that just passed away talking, and that Ben King guy, the house manager, talking. And she recorded it. And due to technical or technicalities, they can't put that in evidence in the trial. But 1000%, if the jury heard that, like if that was presented in evidence, this whole thing would be, there would be no point even like trying to like cross-examine her, because she would be done.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of everything she said and what happened on that day, you can clearly see or hear on the voice that everybody's talking to each other. The doctors are talking to each other. The nurses talking to each other. They're all saying she's crazy, and that she likes to manipulate. It's crazy. Dead man, how are you, dead man? Eduardo, yeah, the psychopath cannot be explained. That's crazy though, but I so wish that they could put that recording. And all her bruises that she had, like on her jaw right here, to her side of her eye here, to near her nose, that's all Botox. You know, you get bruises from Botox. You can see exactly where the position of the bruises are for her to get, and you can tell by her face right now, like her face looks a lot different than what it was, like, you know, in the younger year pictures of her face. Yeah. Dude, like her face looks really, I don't know, like too many fillers and too many, like, you know what I mean? Her face looks different. Oh, me too is more like me poop. No, Voltaire. That's the other hashtag now. It's not you know how the Me Too movement was, but because of Amber Turd, now they call it Me Poo. That's the new one, Me Poo. And now there's another hashtag I think that's going around called Men Too. So, you know, so like to say, you know, Johnny Depp was a, you know,
I wonder what Johnny's drawing.
A survivor. Oh, there was a drawing, I forget what, oh man, there was the clip that he showed his lawyer. He's like, he put the little post-it paper next to him and told him look at it, and then his lawyer's like, oh wow, like that's nice. I forget what the drawing was, but it was really cute. I told my brother since day one when I watched the trial, I was like, dude, I just love like Johnny Depp's demeanor, like the way he's like sitting there handling himself. And of course I know that there's that whole theory, like survivors, or you know, you have to watch what you say with certain like terminologies, but survivors, like they don't like to look like, you know, the person in the eye. They try to look down, not look at all, and that's was his whole demeanor the whole time. He doesn't even want to look at her. I'm good, sleep is finally fixed. I told you, dead man, you'll fix it. I told you you'll fix the sleep. I said you'll do it. You'll fix it.
You don't even want to look at her because he's tired of her, man. You know, like
I know,
he's
dude.
done with that. He's just like,
he was so beyond patient with her. Like he should have. And see, that was another. He's so nice and he listens so much and like to like what other people have to say, that when it was going on in the beginning, his lawyer, he wanted to fight this, like that whole, because you know he knew he wasn't, you know, who she said he was, and he was trying to make sure that he wasn't portrayed as that. His lawyers, well, previous lawyers told him, don't fight it, let it go under the rug, blah 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 blah, and he listened to that. And because of that, she got away with so much stuff, you know what I mean? And she was looking all great and getting all these, like, you know. So it's sad, because like if he would have went with his gut feeling and like fighting, wanting to fight and stick up for himself, he could have nipped this in the behind a lot sooner before it got way out of control. And now, like, you know, she's all thinking she's missed.
Wait, how do those people get to go there? Like, just random?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
They're probably like waiting in line to get in there.
Oh yeah, no. In the beginning, you know, first day of the trial, yeah, there wasn't that many people, but there wasn't that many people even outside. Like it was maybe like 4 or 5 people outside.
Now there's like a mob.
Now there's a mob. Now like people starting to understand and see what's going on, and like now Johnny Depp has to wave at everybody, like as he's leaving now, like when he's driving.
Is that she destroyed his career, and now he's doing this. His career is probably gonna be like, you know, way better than it ever was.
I hope so. I
hope so too. I think it will.
Dude, he deserves it, man. Like that's one of the things like I said, I can't stand when people are just being so like mistreated, and they're such nice people. I cannot stand and watch that. Like if I know somebody, and my brother knows it too, like if I know somebody's like mistreating them, like I don't want to take sides, but I will, and I'll let them know, like, hey, this person's not, yo, you better watch out for this person. I'm not afraid to tell them. I'm not gonna hide and just watch, let it keep happening, you know what I mean? And that's why there's sometimes like friendships get ruined by that, but I know what's right and what's wrong, you know, and I'm not gonna stand there and let somebody like mistreat somebody or use, like, that's one of the things I can't stand, when people use somebody. My phone's about to die, bro.
Your phone?
Yeah, I thought my phone was about to die.
Oh.
Let's see. And you know, when they go up and they all talk in the front, like they're going over this stuff, man, they go there and they're talking for a while. It's like, oh jeez.
Yeah, 'cause-
They're probably gonna go on lunch soon though, in about a couple more minutes. And then after that. And then I'll go lunch too.
Go lunch, we go lunch.
Hmm? They go lunch, I go lunch.
You go lunch, we go sleep.
Yeah, maybe I'll fall asleep. Maybe I'll go.
You go lunch,
Maybe I'll take a nap.
Gotta take a nap, man.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Looking at Amber Heard's facial expressions make me more want to go to sleep.
It's just so funny how she's not crying right now, but and
Because she probably read online like, look at her crying, fake crying. So she's stopped trying to do it, so she's just doing it easy.
because it's not her lawyer like talking to her, so like, you know, because now it's Johnny. Now she has to be ready. Now she can't be just sitting there talking her story, talking about like the most freaking craziest story ever. So this is the final day for the trial. No, dead man, no, this is not the final day. I think there's still another like couple weeks at least. Yeah, I think there's at least a couple weeks still left, but Amber Heard's getting cross-examined right now by Johnny.
How long did she get cross-examined for?
It doesn't matter. I think they give a certain time limit to like the whole like defense side and whole plaintiff side.
Yeah.
So it could be that 90% of their time or 80% of their time is gonna be spent on her cross-examining her, because she's the main, you know.
She probably just wants it to be over. She's like, I'm done. I lied.
And
you know?
what happened was Camille got her yesterday with the charity. She's like, I pledged it, and Camille's like, I'm not asking about pledge, I'm saying donate. You had the money for 13 months.
How much did she give?
I think she gave like 3 million or something like that. Close to half. But she didn't pay the other one yet. She didn't pay the rest of it, but she kept saying, I pledged the entirety. He's like, you can say you pledged something, but actually doing something, but she said she did donate it, but she didn't.
Public with it though. That's even worse.
Yeah. And they played the video yesterday of her saying it.
Oh damn.
Yep. Yo, it was funny.
They caught her with that.
Mm-hmm. Then she kept saying, I pledged the entirety.
Thank you everyone for your patience. So, Ms. Heard, my last question to you was that there was a lot of negative publicity for you around the time that Mr. Waldman made these statements. Isn't that correct?
I believe that they were made. I believe that the statements kind of kept being attached to new defamatory, or articles that were like smear campaign
similar to
sort of attack articles is what it.
Let's go through some of the articles that were out in the press. So, Plaintiff's Exhibit 1267. Could just publish that just for the witness. That would be great. Thank you. This is an article published on February 2nd, 2020, and the title is hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp trends after Amber Heard admits to hitting actor in audio clip. Do you see that?
I see that.
If we can go to
She blinked old fashioned.
Plaintiff's Exhibit 1268. This one was published on February 3rd, 2020. It reads the title, Amber Heard admits to hitting Johnny Depp in recording.
Yeah,
Do you see
that's
that?
when his lawyer leaked an edited tape.
Lawyer leaked an edited tape.
Ms. Heard, do you see the title? Amber Heard admits to hitting Johnny Depp in recording. Do you see that?
I see the title.
Okay. We could please go to Plaintiff's Exhibit 1269.
I was like smiling, yo. I was like, buddy, like, what's up? You see that?
This one was published on March 17th, 2020. Amber Heard slammed door into Johnny Depp's head, reveals new audio. Do you see that?
Yeah, these are more of the PR plans.
Oh, really?
Let's go to 1270. This one was published on March 31st, 2020. Amber Heard to be sacked from Jason Momoa's Aquaman after Johnny Depp's controversy, reports. Do you see that?
I do.
We can go to Plaintiff's Exhibit 1271. You see the title that says, Johnny Depp says ex-wife Amber Heard sliced his finger off, and it, quote, erupted like the Vesuvius?
I just don't know when that was. I've never seen that article.
We can go to 1272. This one was published on May 29th, 2020, and it says, when Amber Heard confessed to smashing a door into Johnny Depp's head, clocking him in the jaw. Do you see that?
I see that.
Going to 1275.
She's not even looking.
This one was published on July 15th, 2020.
Oh.
Amber Heard stole my sexual assault story. Ex-aide tells libel trial. Do you see that?
Yep.
This was Adam Waldman as well.
Yeah, okay. Her
It doesn't say
ex-assistant
Mr.
told
Waldman. It actually says Kate James also says she often received abusive text messages from Johnny Depp's ex-wife, doesn't it?
Yep.
I just know because he threw down the article.
Miss Heard, isn't that what that
Mr.
says?
Waldman threw the newspaper at
Heard.
me afterwards.
Miss Heard,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not my question.
Oh, gosh, he threw the
What
newspaper.
was your
question
question? I'm
is-
sorry.
The title of the article says, Amber Heard stole my sexual assault story, ex-aide tells libel trial. Kate James also says, Your Honor, she opened the door by saying it was Adam Waldman.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Ooh.
Let's go to Plaintiff's Exhibit 1276. Amber Heard admits to hitting fucking baby Johnny Depp in court audio. Do you see that, Miss Heard?
That's correct.
Okay. Let's go to 1277. Published July 28th, 2020. Amber Heard's sister thought she was going to kill Johnny Depp, claims a witness. Do you see that, Miss Heard?
I see that.
And 1278. Published on July 28th, 2020. Johnny Depp was the victim of abuser Amber Heard, London's High Court told. Do you see that?
I do see that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Go ahead and take our lunch recess then. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and take our hour lunch recess at this point. Do not discuss the case with anybody and don't do any outside research. Okay, we'll see you in an hour.
Really? All right, guys. What do we think, guys? 왜 지울 수 있어? Never mind. Anyways, I think the reason why Camille brought those articles up too, because she said that she opened the door. Because if you bring a certain name, like Amber said certain names, as soon as she brings certain names, they can actually, now it's fair game, they can bring it up. Because she brought it up. So that's why that Andy something, whatever guy, that's why she was bringing up the articles.
Oh, Camille's the person. It's just saying the repeating the.
Yeah, she was repeating exactly like it.
Crazy.
Yep, Eduardo. Her
the
ship
ticket
is.
It's sunk.
It's already has big holes everywhere. There is no ship, Eduardo. Well, I know that's usually an hour lunch. I think they come back around like 1:30ish around there. So, I'll see if I come back.
Yeah.
If I don't come back, guys, I'll be back later on.
Later on, like 3 days.
It was fun though.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for
All right,
hanging out.
guys. I'll see you later. Bye.